The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hi everyone, welcome to the Ablesys webinar. Ron here, and we'll go over the results from today and recently with Abletrend. I'll show you the right way to use the software regarding where to buy, where to sell, where to put your stop loss, and Abletrend also will tell you when not to trade at all, meaning just stay away. That's what's so well liked, are the no trade zones. Keeps us out of trouble. They really work well. Kind of alerts us of a choppy sideways market before it starts, not after the fact, and when it's too late. So that's a real help, big help. So let's jump in, and now we'll take a look at this Snp chart, because I always like to, to kind of look at an overall view of the market. Obviously, people have retirement accounts, and everything's tied to the market. So good opportunity to take a peek here. We looked at it about a month ago or so, and last time we did, we had a beautiful buy signal come in right here. Blue bar, that's a buy signal. A blue dot underneath it. This is a daily, weekly chart, by the way. Daily, weekly. Oh, no, I'm sorry. This is weekly, monthly. This is a long-term chart. I love this chart. I like it. Great for long-term positions, like I say, retirement accounts, etc. So you got a buy signal here, blue bar, blue dot. Daily, weekly support. In fact, double support. You've got weekly and daily, both blocking the price from going lower. That's what that means. There's a wall of support there that's going to stop it from going lower. Plus, everything is blue. Everything is blue means we're in a big uptrend. The odds are greatly in favor, according to the Abletrend algorithm, that this is going to go higher. So that one turned out really well, because that was at 2,800 when the S&P was at 2,800. It's 29.23 today. So it's a big-time move right there, 124 points. Which Abletrend picked up accurately. And you only have 2 trades on the whole chart in 2 years. You can see back here in March of 16, we had the buy signal, and Abletrend said, stay in the trade, stay with your positions. The market is clearing in a strong uptrend. And here's the key. You've got support below it. You got these blue dots. That means stay in the trade. You're safe. Got a nice wall of protection under the price. Stay in the trade. You're safe. And we were stopped out here. When the prices go under the blue dot, ooh, that's not good, because the blue dot's holding up the price. It's keeping us out of trouble. It's protecting our money. So if it goes to the second lower blue dot, which would be small right here, we'd be stopped out on that trade. But just keep moving your stop losses up higher. Now the arrows here is an added indicator called the Abletrend SIG indicator that I talked about last week. And what that does is it just it's like a heads up indicator. It's not a buy or sell signal. Again, it is not a buy or sell signal. See here, here, here. Just means stay in the trade. Everything's looking good. Everything is going according to plan. The signal's still valid. And there's only 2 exit rules. A stop out, which in this case would be right here. Let me zoom in a little closer. This previous lower blue dot, not the blue dot under it, the second lower or previous lower blue dot. Or if the bar turns to red, whichever comes first. Only 2 exit rules. Otherwise, we stay in the trade. We're safe. This is your classic no trade zone. Red dots above, blue dots below. Way back here, the software said, don't do anything. It's going to go sideways. It's going to be choppy. It's not worth the risk, because Abletrend is only about low-risk trades. Low-risk trades only. Otherwise, you don't get an Abletrend signal. So, good stuff right there. And it's just saying, hey, market's still going high, even though I read all the time and hear online and here on TV, you read online, it's going to go down and this and that. And when Abletrend tells me to go down, that's when I'll make a move with my money. Okay, here's a Forex chart, because the software works just as well for Forex as it does for stocks, as it does for futures, as it does for long-term trading or short-term day trading, which the day traders love the software for the E-mini short-term charts, the 1 minute, 3 minute guidance chart. You see, we always put 2 time frames together. That's another thing exclusive to Abletrend's algorithm, is the algorithm is not only going to tell us where the hidden resistance is, the red dots, and the hidden support, the blue dots. The smaller dot is the lower time frame, in this case the daily. The bigger dot is the weekly. That's all it is. You just go higher, lower time frame. Notice how the software told us here the price there's going to be a roadblock there. And the prices 4 times went right to the red dot, stopped, bounced off of it, went back down again. And we put those red dots in there 6 days before that even happened. That's some really good inside information, and the dots are the key. The most important thing on the chart are the dots. The small dots tell us we're in a downtrend. The blue dots tell us we're in an uptrend. But we have red and blue dots at the same time, like right here. That's the two time frames disagreeing with each other, and it's telling us there's support below, a wall of invisible resistance, support, and a wall of invisible support that our software can see. And above the red dots, that's a wall of invisible resistance that the software can see. Well, heck, let's just use this information to our advantage. Again, same rules, same colors, same dots. If you know how to read one chart, you can now read every chart. You know now exactly how Abletrend works because it's always the same colors and dots. Obviously, they're in different positions for different markets. But as long as you've got the blue dots and the red dots and the blue and red bars, green bars, by the way, just mean neutral, sideways, stay in the trade. That's all you have to do. Now, I like the daily, weekly for the Forex, the higher time frames, because the Forex intraday, it's not really, the price action is not really very good many, many days. Many days it's very choppy or very, very flat. I find the Forex market very difficult to trade intraday. I find it very, very good longer term, daily, weekly charts. Or even like 30-minute, 90, or 1 hour, 3 hour. On the longer term charts works better for the Forex. For intraday, day trading, oh, well, you can't beat the futures market for that. So you can see over here, we had a nice buy signal here, and it went up until we got stopped out. Made a little bit of money on that trade. But you got a triple confirmation sell signal here. This is 6 months ago. If you were using Abletrend signal, anybody who had software back then trading the Forex market, look at this sell signal on the British pound, daily, weekly chart. Until we finally were stopped out right here, previous higher red dot. It's a 600 pip move that Abletrend gave me, you, and everybody who has Abletrend. 600 pip winner. That's $6,000 if you're just trading one contract. It's a lot of money right there. Always use Abletrend. Isa's asking, what do you use on the daily? Yeah, on the daily, weekly, you always use Abletrend TS on the lower time frame. So if you're doing 1 minute, 3 minute, the 1 minute Abletrend TS. If you're doing 1 hour, 3 hour, the 1 hour Abletrend TS. If you're doing daily, weekly, the daily Abletrend TS. Always the lower time frame. On the weekly chart, only on the higher time frames, daily, weekly, and weekly, monthly. On the weekly time frame, we use Abletrend 3. All intraday charts, we use Abletrend TS for everything. 1 minute, 3 minute, Abletrend TS on both. 10 minute, 30 minute, Abletrend TS on both. It's only on the daily, weekly, and again on the weekly, on the higher time frame, we use Abletrend 3. Right, and then you go right back in again right here. Why not? Triple confirmation short signal by Abletrend. That chart is screaming at us to get short. Plus, it's a sweet spot. A sweet spot is a pullback back to the red dot. Bars go from green to red. As soon as that red bar closes, you're short. That's extremely low risk trade. That's extremely low risk Abletrend sweet spot. And that one worked out really nice until we were stopped out right there. That was another 300 pips or $3,000 in a month. Just trading one contract. A lot of money on these charts, simply following a couple simple Abletrend rules. The key is you have to have the discipline to do it. That's the key. Not everybody does. And that's okay. Trading's not for everyone. But you're sitting on a lot of money, or at least a lot of potential money, if you just simply follow the Abletrend signals. And here, for the last month, no trade zone on the British pound. Red dots above, blue dots below. Abletrend's telling us the prices are going to get stuck in the middle. It's going to be choppy. It's not worth taking the risk because we only give out low-risk trades. And guess what happened? Well, 1 month later, with the exact same price. And all it did was go down, up, down, up, down. It was choppy. It was sideways. You saved yourself a lot of money with the Abletrend no trade zones that nobody else has. This is the exclusive to Abletrend. This is what makes it so popular and why the software has been consistent for 20 years. Not a lucky week or a lucky month or a lucky year like other indicators could be. So let's take a look at the last chart here. We're going to look at a day trading Nasdaq chart because this is the one people like the best. It's also the one that's most profitable because the price action is the best. The price action is the most volatile up and down during the day on the mini Nasdaq. Therefore, that gives me, you, and every other trader in the world more opportunity to make money. Having nothing to do with Abletrend, the more volatile, the more trading profit potential there is. So, since the beginning of the year, the results of this week by week, well, actually trade by trade, but we put the results Friday afternoon after the market closes. We put the results on the home page of the website. Every single trade from the beginning of the year, it's over 70,000 profit, just trading one contract. So let's jump in and take a look at today's signals. It was another good day. And not every day is a good day. I want to point that out. I'm not here to ever mislead anybody. I wouldn't want that done to me, nor am I ever here to exaggerate. In fact, I do the opposite. I say less of the gain, even though the gains or the profit was more, I do the opposite and say less. That's how I like to be traded. I don't like everybody exaggerating. Everything is so exaggerated these days. It's a big turnoff. Let's just call it like it is, because we're very serious about our trading. We hope you are too. Got a chance to do well with Abletrend. I'll put the Abletrend's guidance chart up against any other indicator in the world. I mean, it won't even be close, but that's not for me to say. That's for you to say if you've never had a 30-day trial. So right at the beginning of the day, clearly we're way beyond our 10-point limit. We just won't trade if the price is more than 10 points away from the small blue red dot or the small blue dot. It's just too much risk. Again, I repeat for the fourth time, it's only about low risk trades only. More importantly, we just don't want to blow out our accounts and lose. Yeah, we'd like to win, but it's more important not to lose. So we use the 10-point rule. And I go over all that in the one-on-one trading session. So make sure if you're new to Abletrend, you need to do the Abletrend one-on-one trading session. You just simply won't get your money's worth otherwise. And if I know I'm spending $99 on something, boy, I would love if somebody would help me so I can get my money's worth, especially when there's thousands of dollars at risk. That's even more of a reason to make sure you do that. I'm not selling anything. There's nothing to sell. The program sells itself. You already bought it. I just want to help you because I like what I do and I want to help everybody. I want to make sure you do using it the right way, just like I would hope somebody would do for me too. So that's the right way to be. You'll get really good support here, whether you like the software or not. You'll get great support. Nobody ever complains about that. And that's for sure. No trade zone here. You've got a perfect no trade here because of the distance, but you got a perfect sweet spot right there. We lost 5-6 points on that trade, but that's a perfect sweet spot. I guarantee you'll be losing trades and losing days. I will guarantee it. You'll have more winning trades than losers. You'll have many more winning days than losing days. But I'll guarantee there'll be losing trades. There's no perfect system, nor is Abletrend. So I want to, be really. I know it's obvious, but I want to keep saying that because I want to be really fair about that. No trade zone, and then it gets really good. Triple confirmation, in fact, quadruple. We even had the Abletrend SIG indicator, the little upper arrow. Again, it's not a buy or sell signal. It's just a heads-up indicator is what it is. And that's when, this one was a home run. Now, we take profit on the bands. Take half off if it hits the upper band. We got a lot of clients who trade a lot of money, many, many contracts who use Abletrend, every minute of the day. But if you just trade one, we would stay in the trade until you eventually get stopped out, which would be right here. Previous lower small blue dots under the price. If you trade multiple contract, like most everyone does who uses Abletrend, we definitely take in half off as soon as we get to the upper band right there. That's a 20-point move. Abletrend gave me, you, and everyone in 20 minutes. 20 points. That's $400 per contract. Got 10 contracts, you make a real money there. That's $4,000 in 20 minutes. Well, one lot, we keep it very conservative, very low risk. We just, that's the right way to be. Okay, keep it very conservative and very low risk. Now, that's a nice little trade we got going on. Okay, after we're stopped out here, we're right back in again. Triple confirmation, blue bar, blue 1 minute, blue 3 minute, plus it's a sweet spot, plus you're going from green to blue, plus it's a small bar, plus you're 2 points away from your stop loss. What do you get? You have hardly any money at risk. Oh, those are the best trades. Those are the ones we love the best. That's where we love the sweet spots because they're very low risk. We don't have much money even if we lose. high profit potential with very little bit at risk. Ooh, that sounds good to any trader. I like that idea. And how did that do? Oh, that was a home run because we're out here on the red bar, red dot, and that was another really nice trade. It's about a 12-point winner. It's a little bit more. It's actually 15. I'm calling it 12 because I like to knock down the gains, not exaggerate them like everybody else does in the world. So obviously having a terrific morning so far. No trade zone. Losing trade here. We lost 5 points on the other one. Going to lose 3. I'm going to stretch it to 5. We lost 5 points on that trade. We'll call that there. Okay, we got a perfect triple confirmation plus a trend sig. Sell signal there. Take some profit. In 4 minutes, it dropped 13 points. 4 minutes, 13 points. That's a lot of money Abletrend gave all of us in 4 minutes. Or at least give us, for anybody who had the patience to wait for the trade. And here's the key, the discipline to take the trade. Trading is very emotional. Abletrend has no emotion. That's why it's so successful. That's why it has these ridiculous gains, week after week, month after month, year after year. It's hard for everybody to duplicate that, so you're not going to get it exact. However, if you got a good piece of it, who wouldn't want that? That would be fantastic. You're not going to get everything perfect. That's an impossibility. But if you can just get close, you can do fantastic. And then, of course, out over here on the blue bar, blue dot. So that was another nice trade over there. It's about 7 or 8 points. Obvious no trade zone here, red and blue dots together. Perfect triple confirmation sell signal. And that was a 3-point winner. I'm just going to call it a break even. Why? Because I just like to knock down the gains. I like to exaggerate the losses. Under promise and over deliver. I like that. Works for me. Triple confirmation sell signal. This one is just absolutely textbook perfect. You're only about 5 points from the red dot. You had 2 chances to get into that trade. 2 red bars, triple confirmation. You had trend sig 3 or 4 bars earlier. I mean, if a chart could ever talk, this one would be screaming at us to sell it. It's like saying super low risk. All the odds are tremendously in our favor. All the mathematics, the odds are so tilted in our favor. And even if we lose, we've got 5 points at risk. So it's no big deal in the trading world if we lose. I mean, it just doesn't get like sweeter than that, better than that, lower risk than that, higher profit potential than that. It's just absolutely perfect. My point, if you see this on your chart, I don't care if you're trading Forex, stocks, long-term, short-term. If you see that on your chart, jump all over it. If you're a trader, now there's risk in trading, that's for sure, and there'll be losing trades. I keep saying it because I want to be serious and fair about that. But if you see that on your Abletrend guidance chart, jump on it because it just doesn't get a whole lot better than that. And that one turned out to be a mega home run right here. Because, again, stay in the trade. You got the red dots. Oh, it just went up 10 points. I just gave back $100. Well, yeah, that's trading. It's going to go up, down, up, down, up, down every minute of the day. If you think it's just going to go straight up or down, wrong business for you. I could save you some money. It's probably not going to work out. But if you got the red dots above, as I've been saying for the last 19 minutes, stay in the trade short. You're safe. You've got to pick up the big winners or you're not going to be successful. You can't profit if you don't pick up the big winners. And there's going to be plenty of choppy and sideways days and days where, we don't have many trades, which is good on a choppy day. There's going to be losing days. I got to keep saying that. I mean, you got to stay in these long trends, and you get a day like today, and oh my God, it makes up for a lot of losing days. Just one good day like today, and that's the key with Abletrend. I mean, that's a 35 point, which I'm just going to say 30, because there's slippage involved, and maybe you just hit the button wrong or something. Who knows? I just like to again knock down the gains, not exaggerate them. It's a 30-point winner. 30-point winner. That's $600, in the last hour of trading here. That's pretty good. Here's another thing. We did a very extensive, detailed, specific study. When were the Abletrend winners, not only in the past year, but what time of the day? Now, this doesn't mean every day is going to be that time of the day is going to be a winner, or every time, 12 o'clock is going to be a loser, and every day 10 o'clock is going to win it. No, obviously not. We're talking general, and we're talking over the past year. It's as if we combined all the days trading all the trades over the past year into one day, and we just went on percentages because that's the way to do it. When was the highest percentage of winners and losers? Well, I can tell you right now that if you had to skip a portion of the day because you just couldn't trade that day, or whatever, you're busy, you're not a serious trader, you just do it once in a while, part-time. I can tell you right now that the first 3 hours of the day, I was a little surprised at these results, but the first 3 hours and the last half an hour were the best times of the day to trade. So if you only had a half a day to trade, trade the first 3 hours. Now, this is another interesting thing. The worst 3 hours, or when we were actually break even over a year's worth of trading, the Able Trend signals, as accurate and as good as they are, was break even between 12:30 and 2 o'clock Eastern time. That's generally called lunchtime. Between 12:30 and 2 o'clock Eastern time is a great time not to trade. Now, that doesn't mean tomorrow it could be a 50-point move. I'm just going off a year's worth of statistics, and I'm just talking about generally speaking. Generally speaking, that would equate to 9:30 and 11 o'clock Pacific time. 9:30 and 11 Pacific, very little gains over 1 year's time. That is also between 11:30 and 1 o'clock if you're in the Central Time Zone. Eastern, 12:30 to 2 o'clock. Those were the, again, you had to take a break or whatever, you had to schedule something, that would be the best time of the day not to trade. The best time was the first 3 hours and the last half hour, and we can stretch that to the last hour and a half. So the first 3 hours and the last 90 minutes, of course I'm using New York stock market hours, 9:30 to 4 o'clock Eastern, 6:30 to 1 Pacific. The best times, those were we found, and we did a really extensive study. I mean, this was nuts. And thanks to Jesse who put this all together. I thought that was real interesting to find that. If you're an all-day trader, take a break between 12:30 and 2 Eastern. If you can only trade a half a day, trade the first 3 hours. If you're able to come back for the last hour and a half, great. Or if you can just come back for the last 30 minutes, that'll work too. So just a couple things. I just thought, again, I'm here to be helpful, and believe me, I work hard at trying to be helpful to everybody, and I like what I do. So just trying to be as helpful as possible in every single way I can. Hope this was helpful for everyone here. Thanks for being here. Let me know how I can help. Call or email anytime. Have a great night, everyone. See you Thursday at this time.